Today I wanted to do something a little different in that I'm going to sit under a tree that has this painted spot. Unfortunately, it means that it is going to be cut down by the Parks and Rec of our town. There's quite a few painted trees along this path. I think that the reason being that it is considered to being in danger of falling on the path at some point if the winds are strong. I wanted to read under this tree and honor it. My 6-year-old was quite emotional when we passed by this one, and it was quite distressing to her. This tree in particular, she had a lot of emotions around it being cut down. So I'm going to choose this tree to sit under today and read a book from. Just give me a moment to set up. So in case that first clip didn't work, the tree I'm going to set up in front of is this one behind me, which is hopefully not, but it does seem as though it is set to be cut down by the Park and Rec. My daughter is quite attached to it and has strong feelings towards it being cut down. I wanted to honor it and choose it for this episode of just a girl under a tree reading a book, asking it to love her. And the book that I chose today to read under is called The Comfort Book. I think I'll take my earmuffs off so that I can actually hear. And I have this for sale at Ash Tree Books. I can post some links on how you can get your own copy if it does sell. And what's really nice about it is that it has short pieces throughout so that it's something that can be picked up. There's very encouraging thoughts and reflections of hope and survival and just helping you through the messy miracle of being alive. It's by Matt Haig. And I chose one section called Sum, S-U-M. We are always bigger than the pain we feel, always. The pain is not total. When you say, I am in pain, there is pain. And there is the I, but the I is always bigger than the pain. Because the I is there even without the pain. And while the pain is only there as a product of that I, and that I will survive and go on to feel other things. I used to struggle with understanding this. I used to think I was the pain. I didn't think of depression as an experience. I thought of it as something I was. Even as I walked away from a cliff edge in Spain, even as I flew back to my parents' house and told my loved ones I was going to be okay, I called myself a depressive. I rarely said, I have depression, or I am currently experiencing depression, because I imagined that depression was the sum of who I was. I was mistaking the film on the screen with the cinema itself. I thought there would only ever be one film playing for all eternity on rotation. A Nightmare on Haig Street. Sorry. Because of his name, I got that. I didn't realize there would be one day be showings of The Sound of Music and It's a Wonderful Life. I love the movie It's a Wonderful Life. The trouble was that I had a very binary view of things. I thought you were either well or ill, sane or insane, and I once And once I was diagnosed with depression, I felt I had been exiled to a new land, like Napoleon. Napoleon. It's the first time I'm reading this passage. Napoleon. I think I got it right. And that there would be no escape back to the world I had known. And in one sense, I was right. I never really went back. I went forward, because that is what happens whether we try for it or not. We move forward through time simply by staying alive, and slowly our experiences change. I, for instance, discovered little moments of happiness or rumor within despair. I realized things weren't always one thing or another thing. They were sometimes both. As soon as we notice all the space inside us, we have a new perspective. Yes, there is room for a lot of pain, but there is room for other things too. And indeed, pain might be a total arsehole, but it can inadvertently show us how much space we have inside. It can even expand that space and enable us to experience the equivalent quantity of joy or hope or love or contentment at some future point in time. So in other words, it's important to realize our own vastness, our own rooms, our multiplexes of possibility. And that's a section called Some. It reminds us that we are divine beings and we're bigger than just our life experiences. So that's a good reminder. And it's a reminder too that this tree, even if it is set to be cut down, it doesn't take away what it is and what it was. And it is part of a bigger network of trees. And yes, I am searching for something to say, because it's very sad that this will be cut down, but we appreciate you and we love you. And you cannot completely go away, because time is an interesting concept, and once you exist, you can't not exist.